We are live.
I can't hardly hear you, Kent.
Can you hear me now?
Just a little bit. That's a little bit better.
All right, I'll adjust it here in just a second. There's always going to be something. How about now? Can you hear me now?
A little bit better, but not. I mean, it ain't as loud as
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you cut it up a little bit more? Can't hear you. I heard music and stuff really good, Kent, whenever you was playing it. And you just real low. You might have to go into your settings on.
Can you hear me better now?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing.
I got a big mouth, so I'm probably a little bit louder than what you are.
Okay, are we good now?
Yeah.
All right. Somehow the microphone got turned down to 80. I don't know. All right, so let's get started. Jeff will join us in a bit. So we're going to start out. Well, we'll start out like we always do. Welcome to Paranormal Addicts podcast, season 3, episode 14. Today's guests are my good friends, Jimmy and Jeff, when he gets here, Outlaw Paranormal. So for those who may not know you guys, just tell everybody who Outlaw Paranormal is.
Outlaw Paranormal, we are actually out of East Tennessee, and we've been a group. I started the group up myself about 6 years, I guess, 7 years ago. Brought Jeff on board, and we've been a group ever since. I mean, I've done it way before I was on my own team, but we just kind of pulled away from everybody else and started our own team up. And it's been a ride. Right. It's been good days and bad days.
Always. So let's talk about the outlaw mentality. How did you come? Why did you decide to name it Outlaw? I mean,
well,
I know it mentions your mentality and your personality, but explain it to the people out there.
Well, I've always done kind of like the outlaw stuff, and I'm not really what you say a bad boy, but I mean I've always try to do stuff my way, and I've always been in making moonshine, and I race when I used to race. We used to have a team called Team Outlaw, and that's what we was called. So when I started this paranormal group up, I was like, man, let's go by Outlaw Paranormal. So that's what we started out, and we've been ever since. And I mean, like I said, you hear good stuff about outlaw, you hear bad stuff about outlaws. And Kent's been around the outlaws, so he can say a lot of good stuff about us.
Yeah, we're family. We're family, and we'll definitely get to that later in the conversation.
Yep.
So let's talk about what got you into the paranormal field. Why made you stick with it? What got you in the field, and why did you stick with it?
Well, my family on my mom's side always had like a gift, and my great grandmother was into it. My grandmother and my mother, they was always into it, and actually going to church and seeing stuff that I was raised up in an undenomination church, kind of like a Baptist. And I have seen some wild stuff and casting out spirits and done a lot of that stuff growing up and seeing stuff like that. And it has been something I have always enjoyed being around. And when I was growing up, I mean, I used to talk to my mom about stuff I was seeing, and I mean, I thought I was just seeing it, and she, I mean, thought I was just different from somebody else, and it's always been a gift that I have was seeing, I guess, unalive people.
Hi, Denise. How are you? Let's talk a little bit about your experience. I mean, you talked a little bit about it, but let's go a little bit more in depth. You've been doing this now for 2 decades, over 20 years. How has the paranormal field changed since you started?
Well, I'm gonna tell you, the paranormal field back when I started, all we used to have was lucky to have a tape recorder and a K2 meter and dowsing rods maybe. And we most of the time we made our dowsing rods out of clothes hangers. And back then, everybody wasn't a paranormal investigator. Everybody wasn't a witch. Everybody didn't cast spells on people. Now, it's just like the moonshine thing. Everybody's a moonshiner. Everybody's a paranormal investigator. I mean, it's just, I'm glad to see new people coming. I enjoy new teams. But why fake the evidence when it's really out there? So, I mean, a lot of it have changed
Right.
because everybody wants to be on TV and be famous. Everybody wants to get the views on TikTok. Everybody wants the views on Facebook. And that's kind of a bad question to ask me, kid. But one thing I seen on your thing, it says no filter. So, I mean, I am like, Kent can tell everybody that's watching, you meet me in person, I'm the same as I am now. I'm straight honest.
Right. Yeah, and I mean, like I said, we'll get into this more later, but that's why we're family. We're not even friends anymore. We're family. So
Yep.
Hopefully Jeff will be joining us soon because the next question was for him. Oh, we got another comment from Denise. She says, Denise says, I was an investigator before it was cool. My parents were urban legend hunters, and it took me with them. Yep. Yeah, I guess kind of like the old song. What is it, Jimmy? The old song. I was country before country was cool. We were investigators before investigators were cool.
Well, there's so many investigators anymore. I mean,
yeah.
I don't want to trash nobody. I don't want to trash talk nobody. But there's so many out here that's faking the stuff. Just like I said, I mean, the equipment that we buy and use is why buy the equipment if you go fake the stuff? I mean, you pay a lot of money for, say, like a bail. You pay a lot of money for that bail. Why sit there and try to key a walkie-talkie up or something to make that bell go off just to make yourself look good on TikTok or Facebook?
Right. Yeah. We've talked about that before. As friends, a location that we both been to in Middle Tennessee, another team that we won't mention, because we don't do that. But it was your event, and another team that was co-hosting it was making the stuff go off on purpose. So yeah, that's bad stuff. So when did you realize that you and
like I told people, I mean, a lot of people don't know. I mean, they hear stuff about me, just like you heard stuff about me before, Kent. I mean, people heard stuff about me until you really get to know me, and I'm one of the coolest, down heart person, biggest heart person there is. and try to help everybody out. I mean, I give more of my paranormal stuff away to people than, I mean, I'm going to have to buy new anymore because I give it all away. And just to help other people out. And I enjoy it, and I want to see other people enjoy it too. And I mean, just like you, I mean, you invited me to your event up in Kentucky. You was with me up in Smoky Mountain Terror last year. Go be back up to Smoky Mountain Terror again this year with us. So, I mean, this paranormal stuff is not supposed to be to cut each other's throat. It's supposed to be to help each other. I can't see.
I'm going to read it. I know you can't see, Jimmy. Denise said, we don't use equipment anymore. We just use ourselves.
That's the best
We just
way
do
to
this
me.
for ourselves. People tell your evidence. People tell your evidence apart anyway. Plus, in our house, we don't need equipment to experience it. She's right. The Ditto House is one of the most coolest places I've ever been. I've ever investigated. I hope to get back there soon. My project that only you and maybe 2 other people.
Yeah, I heard a lot of good stuff about
my project,
that.
my new project I'm working on. That only you and probably a couple.
Yeah, I heard a lot of good places.
Yeah, it's a cool place. It is.
Yeah, I heard a lot of good stories about that place. I ain't never been. I ain't never.
Yeah, I did it in December with Josh.
Actually, we are leaving out.
So
we are leaving out here in a little bit. Yeah, we are actually leaving out here in a little bit. Well, in the morning.
You're going to Gettysburg, aren't you?
No, we going to Randolph. And Jennifer Ward. And that's going to be a special guest there tomorrow. And she's showing up. And I ain't saying her name. You know who she is, Kent. I ain't saying her name. She's going to be she's going to come up and investigate with us tomorrow. And it's going to be fun.
Yeah. I'm sidelined for a few months because I'm getting ready to have knee surgery, but I'm definitely ready to get back out there. So let's talk a little bit about our friendship now. So this isn't just you're not just a guest. We've actually spent time investigating together, hanging out. Like I said, we're family. We've had the chance to investigate together. We investigated there at the Urine Shrine together. We did the Rosemont together. Do you think investigating with another team changes the thematic of an investigation?
No, I think if you're respectful and the other team's respectful, and you can joke around and cut up and stuff like that there, but I love investigating with other teams. And that's something, like I said earlier, I love seeing new people coming to this field and try to make it grow. And there's enough investigation out here in places for all of us to investigate without causing drama. So I think it's a good idea,
right.
Investigating with other people, because I've been doing it 23 years. Every time I investigate, if I'm with somebody different, I'll learn something new. Every time I investigate, I learn something new. I might learn something that you do that I don't do myself. And I think...
And that's the way it should be. We should always be learning from each other.
Yeah, and just like we went out to the Rosemont and done the Rosemont. I went into Estes. I don't know what was said. Maybe you change it up. They might not want to talk to me at one time and talk to you. I mean, spirits might feel, say, intimidated by me and not talk to me and want to talk to you. So I think it's a good thing to do with other people.
I agree. Yeah, I think I don't really like using the term pair unity because it's so overused. But I think it's important to have community. I like working with other teams. So what is one investigation that still sticks with you?
One, I'm gonna tell you, I've done a lot of different places, been a lot of different places, and probably the one that Billy and myself just done down in Summerville, Georgia. I can't see what I see. It's Denise, but I can't see.
Yeah, I was going to let you finish your story, then I was going to read it.
Okay.
But she said that she said we've been singing to our spirits. We sing the same song every night, and they're learning the words. They become more active. So I mean, that's definitely an intelligent haunting, which is what we like.
Well, what I was saying too about
back to your story.
We went down we actually was filming for Scare Network TV. We done a couple shows down at the Thomas House. I mean, the Thomas House is one of my favorite places. I go there all the time. David and Cherry and them, they family to me. And but we went to Summerville, Georgia, that Corpwood Manor down there. And stupid me, hell, I've been doing it for years. I know better. We started walking the woods and didn't even have a flashlight on us. The only thing we had was our night vision camera, cell phone. We got a cell phone. Well, you see my cell phone, it's got night vision on it. Billy had his going, and we was filming for Scare Network. And whatever it was jumped out in front of Billy, and it was knocking limbs down 7-8 foot tall. I looked at Billy, and it was like 8 o'clock at night, and I was like, Billy, I'm ready to get out of here. And I don't never really run from stuff like that there, but when it gets dark then at Corpwood, it's a different ball game. So I mean that episode should be coming out in October with Scare Network.
So we've I know we share a location. It's one of both of our favorites, and that's the Glen House in Cape Girardeau. We both love the Glen House, and the thing about the Glen House that I like, and you can is like you said, every investigation is different. Even every investigation, the Glen House is different. I've been there 3 times now, and every time it's been different.
That's
what's
like
your experience
Chapman.
with the Glen House?
Well, Leland Chapman from Dog the Bounty Hunter. We was actually up in there doing a music video, and Leland was in the music video, and I actually took Leland Chapman on his first ghost hunt, and he really didn't believe in ghosts. When he walked out of the Glen House, his whole story changed. I mean, the Glen House, I love it. I mean, if it went so far away, I'd be up there all the time. I'd be like the Thomas House.
Right.
I mean, Christy.
Yeah, it's only an hour.
Yeah. And Christy, she's one of the best persons. What's that?
Denise was talking about your story, but you was telling, and she said that it was Sasquatch, and she was saying that they have them at Fort Dufferfield. And so, yeah, it definitely sounds like a Sasquatch.
Well, I tell you, I have
So
never,
yeah,
when I went down there to Summersville, Georgia, I have never, Denise, I have never, I mean, it's like I've done this for years and years and years. And yeah, I got nervous and scared of places and stuff. But that night, I can't see. I mean, I might have had wet underwear when I left out there because that actually scared me a little bit.
so let's talk a little bit about your approach. So you're known for a no nonsense style. What does that mean to you?
Now, do what? Can't say it again.
You're known Outlaw Paranormal is known for a no nonsense approach.
Yeah.
Explain that to us so everybody
Well,
understands what.
I mean, faking, and I dealt with it. I seen it. I have lost a lot of good friends because I call them out over it. And here recently, I mean, there's a lot of teams right now that might not approve of what I say and everything else, but I I hadn't posted on. If you go look at my Facebook, I hadn't really posted on Facebook for over a year and a half now. I don't like the drama. I have been dragged into drama, but I do not want to go into a place faking something. And this like me and Billy with Scare Network was talking. If you don't like what I'm doing, if I'm on TikTok Live or Facebook Live, if you don't like my content, I don't have to talk about you. Go to another channel. I mean, there's all kinds of other TikTokers on TikTok or Facebook. Go watch somebody else's. I mean, it's like a TV. Go somewhere else. And I mean, that's just respect other paranormal investigators. I mean, if you don't like what they do, then go somewhere else.
Right, exactly. I mean, there's plenty of us out there. So yeah. So let's talk about how you guys approach. Let's talk about how you guys approach. First of all, we'll go back to Denise because she has a comment on Sasquatch, and I agree with her comment here. She says they talk to Sasquatch. They are spiritual, friendly people. We call them forest folks. So,
well, Denise, whatever this was,
but I think that
whatever we seen down in Summersville, Georgia, it was about 4 or 5 foot tall. It was down low, and then all of a sudden it stood up, and it was knocking tree limbs down around 7, 8 foot tall. So I can't say what it was. Just like that picture, you got that picture you seen.
So let's talk a little bit about
the shrine, where them hands is on my shoulders at the shrine and wrapped around me. I can't say what that was. I mean, but I was up there filming with D'Angelo Williams and them, and I know it happened, and I got the picture to prove it. Exactly.
And that's like going back to the Rosemont, the one that we did together. We got that during the walkthrough. I mean, we wasn't even investigating yet. We were just doing the walkthrough, and we got that figure over my shoulder, and the lady that was taking us on the tour, she was like, "That's what I see every night." So it's awesome when you have that proof. So let's talk a little bit about your approach. Do you consider your approach a scientific, instinct, or a hybrid? What is your investigation technique approach?
Well, Ken, I kind of like to, when I go into a place too, most time, I'm not going to just walk in your house and take over. And I try to walk into, I approach things, I go in there with respect. And I want to. These people was here way before we was, and 100 years from now, if there's investigators, I do not want them disrespecting me. And talk to me like I'm somebody, and that's what we got to do with the spirits. Talk to them like, I mean, sorry, I had a phone call coming in. Talk to them like they somebody too. I mean,
I agree. I agree. So,
and I wish Jeff would get on here because I get all the questions and Jeff, I get all the questions.
Yeah, that's right.
And Jeff ain't on it.
Right. Yeah, I keep looking to see if he's going.
He probably won't. He's probably getting ready, charging his equipment up.
In the field right now that you just.
Now say that again, because you was cutting out that time, Kent. He's froze. He's froze, or I'm froze. I don't know which one's froze.
Yeah.
Are you froze? Okay. Now do what, Kent?
Yeah, it was just being a pain in the butt. So, yeah, I was. Yeah, so let's try this question again. I apologize to everybody. What is something in the field right now that you just don't buy into?
Oh, brother. Haters.
That's
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to get into some hot button questions now. So before we get into these, I will remind everybody, yes, I'm freezing. It's a StreamYard issues. I don't know what the deal is. $44 a month, and this is what we get. But anyway, so I will say before we get into these questions, just so everybody knows, especially the ones out there watching us on Get Haunted, the opinions expressed here are not necessarily everybody else's. They're just mine and Jimmy's. All right. So are you ready? Let's be honest. How much of the field do you think is fake? How much of the field do you think is fake?
There's a lot of it's fake. I mean, all right. I'm going to just say this right here. And I mean, if people don't want to watch me, whatever, they can click off of it, just like I said about my TikTok or Facebook. All right. There's people that goes these places that act like they don't know nothing about the stuff and go in these places and say, oh, this happened here. I feel this, I feel that, and I feel this and feel that. And they sit there and study a damn book 6 months before they even go investigate. I like going in a lot of these places blind and don't know nothing about it. And then when it's raining outside and people go in these places and they hearing stuff and thinking it's just, noises and stuff. I mean, you got to consider the windows that open up in these old buildings and the rain coming in and all that stuff. You got to look at stuff like that. I mean, we don't post a lot of our stuff on TikTok or Facebook because, I mean, we might look at it and say, hey, we hear this, but we sit there and think, well, it could have been, I mean, that night it was raining. It could have been the rain doing this. It could have been, it can be a lot of numbers of things, but there's a lot of people out here that faking this shit. Just like everything else.
Right.
I mean, you don't want me to say what else they fake.
Yeah.
So.
And right. So, well, you know how I feel about the fakers, especially the big ones. You know, we have the team that I call the Spice Girls of the paranormal field. but they're making money. So
Yeah.
let's talk about next question. What is your biggest pet peeve with other investigators?
What is my what?
Biggest pet peeve with other investigators?
I don't really know.
Faking stuff.
I'm gonna end up getting in trouble, kid.
Yeah, that's okay.
Uh,
uh,
well, I mean, like I said, I mean, if they want to get on there and do it, more power to them. I mean, but it's giving us the people that's actually out here doing it for the right reason. It's giving us a bad name. I mean, when I get out and film,
right.
it's like when I started filming with Scare Network, Billy contacted me and I said, Billy, if you want fake, go somewhere else because I will not do it. But there's a lot of people that's out here that's doing it. But look, it's getting the views. I mean, hell, I'm lucky to get 20 views on something I'm out here 12 hours doing, trying to get the real evidence and maybe have 20 views where these people that's faking it got 20,000 views. But who cares about the views? I'm doing it because I love it. I'm doing it because it's something that was born
Exactly.
into me. I mean, I don't care if I got, just like my old, when I was going to church, just like my preacher said, I would preach the same way if I got one person or if I got 50 people. So that's the way I look at paranormal. I mean, if I go TikTok live, I'm going to do the same thing if I got one person on my TikTok or if I got 20,000. I'm going to do the same thing.
Exactly. All right, so let's talk about the Glenn House a little bit more, because that's that's a place that we both love. We've both been there. So, what is it about the Glenn House that stands out to you?
The Glenn House is a very beautiful place, and I love the history of the place. And the first time I ever walked up on the porch of the place, I looked at Kevin. I told Kevin about a little girl being there. Didn't know nothing about the place. And the other Christy was our tour guide that night. And we got in the place and she was telling us different stories, a little bit about it and stuff. And I looked at Christy and I said, you got a daughter here with you? Is there somebody here with you? She said, no, why? I said, there's a little girl standing up on top of the steps up there. And nobody was there. And according to the story, a little girl got pushed to her death up at the top of the steps. So I actually seen a little girl standing up the top up there. And the Glenn House.
Yeah.
If people on here that's watching, you ain't never been to the Glenn House up in Missouri, hey, take your chance and go. I mean, don't believe what me and Kent's saying. Do it for yourself.
Right. Exactly. And it's one of those locations. The fee is a low fee to begin with, and the fee goes directly to help restore the house. So yeah. I mean, yeah. So the second time I went there, I decided to carry Sally's picture with me.
Yep.
And I got that was the craziest night I've ever had there. It was like I was communicating directly with Sally. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So yeah, Glen House, Cape Girardeau, Missouri, contact Christy. She'll take care of you. Tell her me and Jimmy sent you.
Yeah, and
So
I mean,
let's talk a little bit about.
not mean to change the subject, and I don't know which one you were going to talk about, but that's kind of like the Euro Shrine up there in Bristol.
Go ahead.
A lot of people think the Euro Shrine is just for.
That's where I was going next. So
Yep.
yep. Yep. I was going to go to the Euro Shrine because that's the first time. That's the first time we actually did any investigation. There was a shrine. So, and it's like we're getting ready to. Shrine is like an evil place, and it's really not. But I'll let you talk about it, and so you tell the people about the shrine because you've actually been there even more than me. I've only been there twice. So just tell everybody about the shrine.
Well, actually, the shrine I've been actually going up the shrine now for probably 10, 11 years now, and Rick, the caretaker, very unique person. He knows a lot about. He knows a lot about the different practices and everything. But the shrine is a place. Back in the old days, like say the preacher's wife used to sit there and play with a Ouija board or something and hide it in a wall in the house somewhere. The shrine is where, I mean, there's different denominations, different beliefs come up there and do their practice. It's not just for one practice. It's for any practice you want to do. He's got a portal table up there that you can sit there and do stuff with. I mean, he's got the cave. He's got stuff for different people, different beliefs and stuff that you can practice and do. And one thing I like about it up there, they do not judge nobody. Everybody's welcome. They do not try to cast spells on people, do this and do that. It's a really good place. And what was your experience of the shrine?
Right. I mean, what I thought was unique, what really got my attention there was, like you said, it's just a safe place for everything. So, like, if you have like a negative presence, they have a positive presence too. For example, the fountains, they have the hot and the cold, to balance each other. And, so it's a good place. Right now, they're only doing. They've made it more of a private place, but if they open it back up, that's one of those places people need to check out too. I mean, I drove 7 hours to investigate it. So yeah, it's definitely worth the drive. So let's talk about you guys coming back to the West Kentucky Paranormal Expo.
I didn't get to come.
Can you tell everybody why you're coming back?
Because we are family.
Jeff, who's not with it. Yep.
We are family, and I didn't get to make it last year, but I am coming back this year. Nonstop. I'm coming to Kentucky wide open. What's up, Rob?
What's up, Rob?
I'm coming to Kentucky wide open.
So
I'm ready for it, and it's going to be a good event. A lot of good people is going to be there. I mean, the lineup that you got is a decent, a bunch of good people. I'm anxious.
Yep, it is. And like you said, besides the Winter Bros, which I just really got to know them probably the last 6 months, but everybody else is like family. They're all friends. That's why they're coming. Of course, we got you and Jeff, and we got Aaron G. Thompson, and we got. I went blank, but we got a good lineup this year. I'm excited about it. So
Well, I want to talk about a little bit of
how important are the events?
about some of the events that we are doing. We got the Gettysburg Bash that we are doing, and I'm gonna be a speaker up there in Gettysburg. They asked me to be a speaker up there, and I mean, some people know the situation that I went through and everything the last year with different things, and I mean, I try. I mean, Matt with SRS Paranormal, he knows the whole story, and I mean, I try to take my own life. I ain't gonna lie. I try to take my own life, and I'm gonna be a speaker about it. And it's time for people. What's it say? It's
Denise said, I get. Denise said, I guess they'll let anyone in here. I saw Rob, so I thought I'd chime in.
no, but
yeah, Rob likes to chime in.
But I'm actually going to be a speaker up there in Gettysburg Bash about that, and then we are doing Smoky Mountain Terror again. We've been with Smoky Mountain Terror since they actually started up. And if anybody have not looked at the rundown on Smoky Mountain Terror yet, you better get on the page and look, because we are having Jack Osborne. He's going to be there. He's going to be the main paranormal team up there. Jack Osborne is. Then SRS is going to be there. SRS Paranormal is going to be there. Rachel is going to be there. Kent's going to be there. And Josh is going to be there. So I said Kent. Well, Kent 10.
Yep. I'm sorry, Ernie. I can't read. I'm from Kentucky, remember? So Rob said Ernie smells like cheese. And Ernie says good cheese, though. So yeah. Smoky Mountain Terror is going to be awesome. I'm definitely looking forward to being back there this year. And can I tell them who's going to be next to us? Since it's officially been announced now.
Yeah.
So we're going to be seated next to Jack Osborne.
Yep.
So I'm excited to meet him. So that it's going to be a good time. Yeah. I mean, it's the biggest. It's the biggest expo I've been to. It was huge, and it was such a good event. I'm definitely looking forward to it this year. And
and I'm doing CreepyCon too.
That will be. So Denise said they filmed with Jack on Portals a few years ago. That's cool. So do you think I should let the people know what the new project that I'm working on is? The one that I get your opinion about.
Well, yeah, can't get it out. I mean, let the cat out of the bag.
So, as of right now, as at this moment, the only people that know about this are you, me, of course, Kenneth, and I told Sarah about it. So the new project I'm working on, and I'm actually working with Billy on it. He told me he's looking over it, and we're going to have a phone call in about 2 weeks. But my new project is hopefully, knock on wood, am going to be doing some episodes on Scare Network 2. It's going to be me and Kenneth Drake. We're going to be combining scientific investigation with the medium spiritualism type thing, kind of like I said it was kind of like Dead Files, but Kenneth corrected me and told me it's so much better than Dead Files. So anyway, that's the concept. It's called the working title, unless Billy makes me change it, is a Paranormal Pursuit. So that's my new project. So hopefully that goes good. And so
Billy with Scare
we're
Network.
going to get.
I'm gonna say this right quick. Billy with Scare Network. I had a pleasure. I mean, I enjoy working with Billy. It's been fun. I enjoy everything. I mean, we got a lot more to come, and the stuff that he puts out is really good. I mean, it takes him a while to put it out because he's a one-man crew. He comes out a lot of times and shoot it himself, and then goes home and edit it. But like I said earlier, whenever he reached out to me and asked me to be on a couple episodes, I was thankful for him doing it.
All right, Denise, I'm glad you said that because I wanted to say this earlier, but I was waiting till you said something. I actually asked on my list of places that I want to film the show at. So yeah, we'll talk about that later. I was hoping that even if you wasn't opening it up, you'd open it up for me. So we'll talk about that later. Yeah, it's definitely. I think as of right now, if it don't change, we're going to record our first episode in October. So I can get over my knee surgery, and we're actually planning on filming at the Glen House. So. Hi, Bob. What are you laughing at, Rob? Oh, thanks. I say, Rob said, "Thank you for having." He says, "Jimmy, thanks for having Ken on your show."
Do what? Oh,
Rob, I don't know why I let you in there, but anyway. So we're going to do lightning round, which is one of my favorite rounds. Are you ready?
No, ready? I'm not ready. I'm not
Jimmy,
ready yet. I'm slow.
Favorite location.
Do what, Kent? You cut out.
Are we back now? We had a glitch again. Okay. So what's your favorite?
I guess he's saying my favorite.
What's your favorite type of location?
Any of them. Dark.
Rob said he just popped the end cards chaos.
Hey,
of course you did.
Hey, Rob,
so Rob, before you go,
I call chaos every place I go, man.
Rob, before you go, and for the people who don't know, this is my last episode on a Get Haunted podcast program because the program ends the end of the month, which I guess is today. But I did want to say thanks to Rob and Sarah, Courtney, everybody. You helped me get my voice back, so I appreciate it. Nothing but love. We'll always be family. So you can come in and cause chaos or anytime you want to. Okay. What is your bucket list location, Jimmy?
My bucket list location? Well, I mean, everybody hollers different. I'm ready to go up Missouri State Prison. That's where I want to go. I ain't
Missouri
been there.
State Prison?
Yep.
I've never been there either. I know Get Haunted is going in June, but I'll still be down for my knee surgery. Maybe we need to plan a trip up there together.
Yeah.
We have a good friend that lives in Missouri. I'm sure we can get him to go with us.
Well, we got a couple good friends that lives up there. One of my teammates lives up there.
That's true. Denise said we'll see us again Saturday night at 8 p.m. So tune in to Pac-Man Live. Denise, am I making the book release? Maybe. I meet with my surgeon on Tuesday, so I have to see what they say. I want to make it. I really, really, really want to make it, but when I injured my knee, I did a really good job. I tore my meniscus, but apparently I tore the top and the bottom. So I guess if you're gonna do it right. So, okay. So, what's one piece of equipment? One piece of equipment you can't live without?
Probably my video camera.
Hi, Jen.
Hello.
We were just
Jen.
talking about the expo. You missed it. What's one piece of equipment you think is overrated?
Well, I'm gonna just say this. I mean, a lot of people likes it, but the obelisk, because you can sit there and hold it in your hand like that, and it would start spitting out all kinds of words. Now, if you lay it down, just like an SLS camera, you put the SLS camera up, leave it stationary. I think it's a good equipment, but the obelisk, you sit there and you're holding it in your hand, that thing's gonna spit out all kinds of words.
Yeah, Denise. First of all, Denise said that they have the spirits, squatches, and stories at the Fort Duffield, May 16th. And then she says SLS camera. Ernie says, okay, this is Ernie. Ernie says SLS camera is overrated. Okay,
Yep.
So I agree with both of you. I am not a big obelisk fan. I use, as you know, I use the Paratech. Can you see that?
Yep.
But even when I use it with another piece of equipment. I like that double. Yeah, the SLS camera, especially version 1.
He's freezing again.
I think it picked up everything. I see. Let's get back. Yeah, this is what I say about this when it comes to equipment. I'm not going to tell people what to use and what not to. Know your equipment, know its flaws, know its false positives, and just use it right. And if you're going to use it right. The only thing I will say is if you use phone apps, a phone cannot be an EMF reader. Other than that, I'm not going to tell you what to do. All right, so we're going to do a closing segment, and I'm going to let you off here. Are you ready? We've been on here almost an hour. We've investigated together. We've got locations in common, and now we're sharing the stage again. Tell everybody what's next for Outlaw Paranormal and where they can follow you and all that.
Well, I'm on Facebook. I'm on Facebook, TikTok. I don't do much Instagram, and most time I'm the one doing all the social media. Every once in a while, Jeff will post stuff on TikTok or Facebook just to make people mad, and then I end up having to fight the battles. But we got Randolph coming up Saturday, and I can't wait to do that. That's I heard a lot of good stuff about it. Don't know much about it. There's a few things what I was told, but not much. I don't want to know. We got Randolph coming up. Then we got a big group of people coming in May the 20th to the Thomas House to investigate. One of our new teammates, she's going to be there investigating with us, and we go post her out and let people know who our one of our new teammates is. And so then we got your event, we got Creepy Con, we got Smoky Mountain Terra, Gettysburg, Man, I don't know. I ain't even got my book in front of me, and we got a bunch coming up. And I told somebody if I ain't doing nothing on Halloween, I got to check the schedule on Halloween. They was talking about doing an event. Might end up doing an event if I ain't got nothing to do on Halloween.
Yeah. So not that I want to add to your busy schedule, but I will say that for episode 2 of my project I'm working on, I think I want to have Outlaw Paranormal join us at the Thomas House.
Yes, the Thomas
That'll
House.
be either in October or November.
Yeah, that's someplace I've been telling you, Kent, that you need to go and stuff because the Thomas House. It's
I finally got a hold of him.
Yes, and
I finally talked to him.
Very great place, and I mean, there's a lot of evidence. I got a picture, and I mean, I'm sure I showed it to you and stuff. Thomas Gabriel, Johnny Cash's grandson. Me and Thomas is real good friends, and we was down there one night and took a picture, and through the mirror, it looks just like Thomas, and he's still alive. I mean, and I sent it to Kathy, his mama, Johnny Cash's daughter, and showed it to Kathy, and even Kathy said it looks like Thomas. So,
yeah, I'm looking forward to finally making down there. I actually talked to him last Tuesday. So all right. So that's all I got. Thank you for being on the show. I appreciate you, brother. For everybody that's interested,
I appreciate you, Kent. And hey, if people hear stuff about me, ask Kent because he knows the truth.
Right. And same goes for me. So for the people who want to know, my guest next week is going to be Kenneth Drake. My partner in the new project. So tune into that. Again, I appreciate everybody getting on it. I appreciate everybody tuning in. I appreciate Jimmy. And until next time, everybody live paranormal.
Thank you.